Thank you, Thank you, Mr. Wage. Please remain standing as we honor our nation with the playing of the national anthem. Thank you, Mr. Wage, and welcome everyone to tonight's graduation ceremony of David Prouty High School. It is amazing, I think, that us, a little small town, Spencer, we're here in the majestic Mechanics Hall, flanked by two of our greatest presidents. We share the stage with famous senators, governors, politicians, writers, women's suffrage, but the best is we get to share it tonight with the class of 2014. I would just like to recognize a few people in attendance tonight and thank them for coming up. I'd like to thank the chair of our school committee, Kevin Hayes, superintendent, Dr. Malvey, members of our school committee, and members of the selectmen from Spencer, my good friend Donnie Berthium, who's out there, and Representative Peter Durant, Kurt Nordquist, John Stevens, and Tony Pepe. I appreciate you giving up your time and coming out tonight. It is very nice to also see your principal from Knox Trail, Joyce Nelson, here, and the director of student services, Dr. Karen Zaleski. So thank you, and I want to give a great thank you for the teachers in attendance here tonight. The best staff I ever worked with, phenomenal. You do a great job with these children, and thank you. But my biggest thanks go to the class. That's good. My biggest thanks goes to the class of 2014. I've learned more from you than I believe you've learned from me. And it's just been an honor and a pleasure that I get to represent everyone who was a part of your education, from that bus driver that picked you up the first day of school, to maybe the lunch lady who's got you the extra taco on Tuesday. Anyone along the way that made your life a little bit better, I represent them tonight. So for all of us, we'd like to thank you. Tonight's ceremony would not be possible without the help of Mr. Dave Bayshant, the assistant principal, and Mrs. Murray and Mrs. Cresco with all their hard work. Thank you so much, ladies. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the president of the class of 2014, Rachel Clarkson. Rachel?
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the graduation of the David Prouty Senior Class of 2014. Today, you're celebrating us and our completion of high school. But it's not just a celebration about getting our diplomas. It's about how we actually survived these past 4 years. It's recognition of the determination it took for us to get here. We are a class that doesn't let any obstacle stand in the way of our goals. I've seen athletes make incredible comebacks after surgery, watched the theater's compelling performances, and admired art students fighting deadlines to make something beautiful. Despite the ongoing money struggle, this class carried out fundraisers that paid for all of our senior activities, including our class trip, senior shirts, dinner dance, and this graduation. We are a class with a voice, a powerful voice. We foreclosed our own school and made the headlines. The class in front of you is one you should be proud of, and I couldn't be happier to be a part of it. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Superintendent Dr. Edward Malvey.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of trouble, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream, aye, there's the rub. I'm here for the audition of the Hamlet Shakespeare play. I don't know what you people are doing here. Good evening. It's a pleasure for me to be with the graduates once more. I've been able to celebrate some of their activities, certainly this week, but throughout the year. And on behalf of the Regional School District, I bring the greetings and the congratulations to all of our graduates. I thank them for finishing their high school. It will stand them well in the next stage of their life. And as in the play Hamlet, this is a defining moment for you, as it was for him. You now step out into a new chapter in your life. As you exit the hall this evening, you have newfound freedom. You have newfound independence. But above all, those characteristics come with newfound responsibility. You've heard over the past several days some of the speeches from your fellow graduates as well as from the adults. And to me, the message that rings forth is, you now step into your rightful place in society. No longer, or at least on a diminished scale, will you have the adults poking and prodding and guiding and correcting and recorrecting and reminding you. You'll be making some tough decisions, because now you do have that newfound responsibility. I would like to be able to make a phone call to each and every one of you in 10 years and ask you, what have you done with your life? Albeit it's a short period of time, what have you done with your life? Have you made yourself better? Have you become more successful? And I don't mean that in material ways, but have you been able to grow in yourself and chart that course for your later years? As you leave this evening as graduates, please go forth with all of our collective best wishes. I want you to take a moment and look at the people throughout the hall, friends, family, loved ones, acquaintances, and town officials, and know full well that as you leave, those people in front of you will be but one step behind you every walk of your life. They will watch you. They will cheer you from the sidelines. They'll revel in your successes, and they'll cry in your sadness. Parents, you need to keep supporting your children. Your job doesn't end just because they've turned 18 or 19 years of age and they step out the door. Students, you need to call your parents as your life goes on. And I mean call. Forget the texting, forget the email, forget all the social media. Call. As a parent, there is nothing more warming than to hear your voice. Case in point, I'm a very proud parent of 5 sons. One of my sons is a doctor. Now, as he went off to medical school, a number of years it takes you to get to that point, you have to do your residency. And while he was the resident in charge on a particular evening, his first patient, after many, many patients, passed away. That happens when you're a doctor. But he took it so personal that he thought he had done something wrong. Had he trained properly in his academic stint of medical school? And it really ate away at him. He called. He happened to be in Detroit, Michigan. He called and gave us the story, Mom and Dad. And as a parent, I could hear the sadness in his voice. And I thought I could feel the teardrop drop on the phone. But that's a dad. When I finished the conversation with him, I said, "Todd, are you okay? You're going to get through this." He said, "Dad, all I needed to hear was your voice." He went off, fine young physician now, happens to be back home so that we get to see more of him. But my point is, you need to call. Every parent here will share with me the moment when we're waiting for that phone call to come in the evening or to let us know that you're okay, or the door shut and that we know you're home safe. That doesn't end just because you leave. And your day will come too when you become parents or guardians. It is a tremendous responsibility, and I want you all to know you need to call. If there's anything that you can remember from my words this evening, that is, please, not only call, but as you step out to be or not to be, to find your defining moment, perchance to dream and find your dream. Best wishes, congratulations, and Godspeed.
Thank you, Dr. Malvey. At this time, I would like to introduce Taylor Rose Joubert with her essay, Dreams. Taylor?
Dreams. C.S. Lewis once said, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." Today, we are achieving our dream of graduating high school. It has been a long road with many other smaller goals and dreams along the way. As kids, it was our goal to never grow up, to never have all of the responsibilities that we have now. As kids, we had such short-term goals. In kindergarten, it was our daily goal to make it through the morning activities to go outside and play for recess. Our biggest goal in elementary school was getting to be the line leader. As we got older, our dreams began to become more long-term. In junior high, our goals began to diverge as we got involved in different things. Some of us played sports or joined clubs, while others got involved in peer leaders, and still others focused on academics. As freshmen, our goal was to make it to senior year, to graduate and move on to bigger and better things. And now we are seniors, and we are graduating. It's time to set new goals and dream new dreams. For many of us, myself included, that new dream is getting a college degree. For others, it is succeeding in the military or joining the workforce. High school has shaped each of us into the person we are today. As Henry David Thoreau once said, "What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as who you become by achieving your goals." The dreams we've had throughout our lives so far have brought us to today, the day we become David Prouty graduates. And the goals we set today will shape who we become in the future. When I started high school, I was quiet and shy, and I didn't want to get involved in anything because I was too afraid. I still am quiet and shy, but I feel like I've come out of my shell. I forced myself to try new things, such as joining the International Club and traveling to London and Paris this past April. It has always been a dream of mine to travel, and while I physically didn't get much from the trip, it certainly changed me and opened my eyes to many new things. It forced me out of my comfort zone. I had to deal with a different currency and a different language. It showed me that the way we all live here in Spencer isn't the way people live in other parts of the world. I don't know what I was expecting, but I guess I didn't realize that. All the goals I've set for myself throughout high school have made me more comfortable with myself. Each experience we've all had throughout high school has contributed to each of us here today, ready to graduate. An English class would have to read for accelerated reader points. And while our goal was to get those points for a grade, maybe we discovered a love for reading, or a love for a certain series of books. Or maybe in gym class, we participated in a certain sport or activity to get a grade, but found that we actually really enjoyed that sport and joined the school team, or found a way to do it outside of school. Our goals and experiences shaped who we became throughout high school and will continue to shape us in the future.
Thank you, Taylor. I'd like to introduce Chelsea Caitlin White to read her essay, Use the Moment, joined by her twin sister, the salutatorian Ashley Marissa White. Ladies.
Are we all here right now? I mean, are we not thinking about the future right now? We're not thinking about what we're going to do later in the night or where we came from. We're just completely here in the moment. See, I think we waste all of this energy that we have, that we're so lucky to be living with, and we waste it thinking about other places we could be.
We are graduating members from the class of We Made It.
It doesn't matter how falsified or fabricated anyone claims your high school memories to be when you repeat them down the road.
What matters is that they're your memories, unique, your own.
There is no playbook, no screenplay, no script, no mathematical formula you could have followed that would have guaranteed you smooth sailing.
Because we've all been seasick.
We've all hit those turbulent patches that sent us searching for an exit row.
If high school really is a Hollywood movie, this would be the end of our show.
So when you're walking across that stage tonight to grab the diploma you've worked the past 4 years to get,
I hope you're happy with the pages you've turned,
the lessons you've learned,
and the opportunities you've taken, and that you put your arm up in the air and you say, "Come at me, world, because I made it." That's right, you made it. You're here.
You know when you're stuck on the runway at the airport feeling like you'll never take off? Well, you landed.
That longest car ride ever is now over. You are no longer waiting in line to get on the roller coaster. Everything that's ever happened is no longer the case.
The past was once true, and the future may be at some point, but as of now, they're both imaginary.
For as long as you've been alive, right now was the future. And just like that, it's gone. Watch. In 3 seconds, we'll say, the future.
The future has passed, and now we're just sitting here. Again. So our message to you is to use the moment. At freshman orientation 4 years ago, we were each given a book.
The book was called Success for Teens, and one of its core principles was about using the moment.
It said that using the moment means taking control of your life in the moment, right now, today.
It means not blaming the past or worrying about the future.
The only time you have is the present, because the past is gone and the future hasn't happened yet.
A lot of the past goes into who you are and what your life looks like. Your parents, your childhood, your neighborhood, and your community.
Let's not forget your school, your teachers, your friends, and maybe some people who aren't your friends.
And you're getting all sorts of messages from TV, movies, the news, and the world around you.
You can't change the past. You can change the future. But the only place you can change the future is now.
So give up the idea of taking action someday.
Someday, when I feel more confident.
Someday, when I feel good about myself.
Someday, when I'm older and living on my own.
Someday, when I have the time.
Someday, when I have the money.
Someday does not exist.
It never has and never will.
There's only today, right now, this moment.
When tomorrow comes, it will simply be another today. So will the next day, and the next, and the next.
There is never anything but today.
So if you're waiting to start making changes tomorrow or the next day, remember this.
You already have the skill, confidence, and strengths.
You already have the time.
You already have everything you need to achieve everything you want.
There's nothing to wait for. You can take action now.
Now, we're not going to tell you that we're all destined for greatness. It would be ridiculous to believe that we will all go on to become a CEO, Queen of England, or Batman.
We can't all be Batman, you guys.
We're also not here to tell you that you can do anything you set your mind to.
This is obviously false.
Just ask the ambitious young man who really, really, really believed he could fly if he just got a running start from a large enough rooftop.
In case you were wondering, it didn't work out.
You can now find him in the hospital with his entire body encased in plaster. However, we are going to tell you to never give up. It's gonna get annoying hearing that over and over as you get older.
But as all stereotypes start with a grain of truth,
cliches begin with a boulder.
So get it through your brain.
Inject it in your vein.
Get infected with the strain.
The strange idea that a little bit of effort can go a long way.
I know you'll all surprise us.
Like Beyonce surprised us in December when she dropped her latest album. May the force be with you, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
I think we got a viral video waiting to happen there. Thank you, ladies. And I'd like to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2014, reading her essay, "Oh, the Places We Will Go," Sydney Nicole Ingalls. Sydney.
Many years ago, our education began with us learning how to read poems by Dr. Seuss. Now, we are at the tail end of our education, and Dr. Seuss's wise words still ring true. So I thought it appropriate to personalize one of his poems for us, the class of 2014. Congratulations! Today is our day. We're off to great places. We're off and away. We have brains in our heads. We have black and orange socks in our shoes. We can steer ourselves any direction we choose. We're on our own, and we know what we know, and we are the ones who will decide where to go. We'll consider our options and look them over with care. Whether we choose college or work, we'll do it with flair. With our heads full of brains and our shoes full of feet, we're too smart to go down in a clouded defeat. After graduation, we may be going our separate ways, but together our lives will be entering a new phase, meeting new people and experiencing new things, all of us excited to see what life brings. Oh, the places we'll go. We'll be on our way up. We'll be seeing great sights. We'll be outshining the rest as we reach great heights. We won't lag behind. We'll have the knowledge. So thanks to all the proudy teachers who we would like to acknowledge. Wherever we end up, we'll be the best of the best. Wherever we go, we will top all the rest. Oh, the places we'll go. There is fun to be done. This is a chapter in our lives that we have only just begun. There will be struggles for sure, but our ability to stand tall will make us the winningest winners anyone can recall. Fame will be as famous as can be, with the whole wide world watching us on TV. Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes there will be lonely days too, days we just can't win. I'm so sorry, but it's true. Just never forget that we're not in this alone. There's the family who's watched us as we've grown, and the friends who will stick with us through the unknown. And even though we're not alone, there's a very good chance we'll meet things that scare us right out of our pants. There are some down the road, between hither and yon, that can scare us so much that we won't want to go on. But on we will go, though the weather be foul, On we will go, though our enemies prowl. On we will go, though the panthers howl. Onward we will go, as long as we keep in mind the unforgettable memories that keep us entwined, and the unbreakable bonds we formed with our peers during these amazing last 4 years. On and on we will go, and I know we'll go far, and face up to our problems, whatever they are. We'll get mixed up, of course, as we already know. We'll have to watch our step, and step with care and great tact. It's important to remember that life's a great balancing act. We'll never forget to be dexterous and deft, so that we never mix up our right foot with our left. And will we succeed? Yes, yes we will indeed. 98 3/4% guaranteed. Guys, we'll move mountains. So, be our names Benny or Billy or Bobby Jean, or be it anyone from the class of 2014, we're off to great places. Today is our day. Our mountains are waiting, so let's get on our way.
Nice job. Thank you, Sydney. At this time, the seniors would like to sing you a song. Best Day of My Life by the American Authors. And this one we're going to dedicate to Dr. Ralph Hicks, who's here to see his granddaughter graduate. Dr. Hicks, this one's for you. I'd like to welcome to the stage Tyler Fittman. Tyler. And he'll be introducing the most inspirational staff member for the class of 2014, as taken by an anonymous vote.
In our 4 years at David Prouty High School, we have had the privilege of working with numerous staff members who inspire us as individuals to work to our full potential and be good citizens of our school and community. To our class, however, one staff member stood out as someone who inspired us the most. This staff member, for those who are lucky enough to have her, pushed her students to always put their academics first, to challenge themselves, and to carry a serious attitude with them every day. At the same time, she also found a way to make every student in the classroom laugh and genuinely have fun. She allowed individuals to shine through in creative projects that had students hosting newscasts set in the days of the Revolution, for example. Her classroom was ultimately one that had students enthralled in the history while truly enjoying their time in the classroom, the best combination for success. This staff member has expanded her influence beyond classroom walls as advisor of David Prouty's chapter of National Honor Society. She led the introduction of the Panther of the Month program this year, encouraged members of National Honor Society to use peer influence in a positive way, and implemented the Be the Change program. Ultimately, she has not only let individual students expose the best inside of themselves, but has enabled them to become student ambassadors, harboring leadership skills and ambition our class will carry with us as we move on beyond David Prouty High School. The David Prouty High School class of 2014 is proud to present Ms. Stringy as most inspirational staff member.
Thank you, Tyler, for your kind words and for the members of the class of 2014. I would like to accept this on behalf of the entire staff, however, and personally thank all the staff members of David Prouty High School for their time and their efforts and their enduring commitment to public education in Spencer and East Brookfield. It's an honor to teach alongside you all. To the members of the class of 2014, thank you. I'm humbled, I'm grateful, and congratulations and best wishes.
Mrs. Nicole Geringi, thank you. I get the honor of presenting 4 scholarships. When I call your name, please make your way to the stage. The Country Bank Scholarship Award winner, Ashley White. The Greater Worcester County Foundation Scholarship Award winner, Fitzgerald Pucci. The Greater Worcester County Foundation, Tyler Fittman. And the North Brookfield Savings Bank, Cody Miner. I would like to thank these sponsors for their generous contribution in helping our students as they go forward in the world of education. The David Prouty High School Permanent Scholarship Committee works year-round to raise funds to help assist you with your education. I cannot think of a single person who has put more time, effort, soul into David Prouty High School in the past years that I have been there than Mr. Thomas Lokes. Mr. Lokes, if you would, please.
Thank you, Principal O'Brien. On behalf of the David Prouty High School Permanent Scholarship Committee, I want to thank you, the class of 2014, and Principal Robert O'Brien for allowing us to participate in this evening's celebration. Established 40 years ago in 1974 by former administrators and citizens, the Permanent Scholarship Fund aims to award scholarships to students graduating from David Prouty High School who continue their education at schools of higher learning. The committee solicits funds from local businesses, residents of Spencer and East Brookfield during the annual fund drive, and from alumni. Over time, memorial contributions have become a sizable segment of the fund. Today, the fund is managed by 11 trustees. In a testament to Prouty pride, 7 of the 11 trustees are graduates of David Prouty High School. These trustees manage and grow the fund, donating many hours throughout the year. We thank the communities of Spencer and East Brookfield for their tremendous generosity and hope that with your support, it will continue to grow. Since its inception 40 years ago, the David Prouty Permanent Scholarship Committee has proudly awarded over $1,535,000 in scholarships. Tonight, it is my extreme pleasure to announce that the committee will be awarding 48 scholarships, totaling over $60,000 to members of the class of 2014. The David Prouty Permanent Scholarship Committee wishes the entire class of 2014 much happiness, success, and well-being in all your future endeavors. Now, along with Principal O'Brien, we will award the 2014 scholarships. The FlexCon Scholarship, Sydney Ingle. The Irene Petruzzi Memorial Scholarship, Cindy Caplet. David Prouty High School Permanent Scholarship Committee, dedicated to one of its founders, Elton B. Cole, Ashley White. David Prouty High School Permanent Scholarship in memory of Alfred Moran Sr., Chelsea White. Spencer Savings Bank Scholarship, Taylor Joubert. Scholarship donated by Lamro Ford, Christine LaCroix. The Francis E. and Rachel E. McQuaid Memorial Scholarship, Amanda Wozniak. Scholarship donated by the Spencer Exchange Club, Jennifer Wozniak. The Derek Gaudette Memorial Scholarship, Rachel Clogston. Scholarship donated by the Spencer East Brookfield Teachers Association and the David Prouty High School National Honor Society, Justin Clayfield. The class of 1985, in memory of deceased classmates, in the Richard Kane Memorial Scholarship, Brendan Coughlin. The John A. Sobolewski III Memorial Scholarship, Samantha Provencher. Scholarship in memory of Jack Begley, former superintendent of the Spencer East Brookfield Regional School District, Tyler Fittman. Scholarship in memory of Edward R. Perrin, Jason Barrett. The Viola Paisan Memorial Scholarship, Fitzgerald Pucci. The Patricia Corson Scholarship, Jacob McHugh. The Frank McNamara Memorial Scholarship, Kayla Fontaine. The Mark S. Williamson United States Marine Corps Memorial Scholarship, Samantha Kuczynski. Scholarship donated by St. Joseph's Abbey, Jack Lascom. The Kelly Houston Memorial Scholarship, Isabel Saunders. Scholarship donated by Webster First Federal Credit Union, Maria Hernandez. The Patrick Newell Memorial Scholarship, Cody Miner. Scholarship donated by Dr. Kevin P. Grace, Troy Engel. Scholarship donated by Heart to Heart, Zukas Hilltop Farm, and Drs. Riccardi and Thamel Vision Center, Zachary Howard. Scholarship donated by Hub International and Drs. Lisa Giarusso and Gregory Lavanos Orthodontics, Anna Yuang. The Betty Landine Memorial Scholarship, Jacob Cardinal. Scholarship donated by Mercury Wire, Dean St. Laurent. The much sought after scholarship donated by the Dairy Queen, Huston Pool, Monette Landscaping and Construction, Lauren Preston. Scholarship donated by Ahern Equipment, Tebow Excavation, and Chef Sow Restaurant, Abby Bryant. The Senator Philip Quinn Memorial Scholarship, Taylor Fritz. The Ray Kroc Memorial Scholarship, founder of McDonald's, Allison Tucker. The Moran Family Memorial Scholarship in memory of Alfred Moran Sr., Erica Laney. The Eleanor Small Downey Memorial Scholarship, Andrew Georgian. The Hicks Family Scholarship in memory of Gerard Hicks, class of 1993, Michael Lammy. Scholarship in memory of Gino Waugh, Camden Dacey. Scholarship donated by Paul Archambault, Andrew Stoddard. Scholarship donated by the Spencer Agricultural Association, the Spencer Fair, Casey Hamilton. And a second scholarship donated by the Spencer Agricultural Association, Stephen Bean. The Cloutier Family Scholarship, Brian Hawes. The Gary LeVay Memorial Scholarship and Community Fund, James Sandman. Scholarship donated by Osier Accounting, Benjamin Mondor. Scholarship donated by Berkey Equipment, Sarah Plouffe. Scholarship donated by Lanigan Electric, Dimitri Lowell. Two scholarships by an anonymous donor. The first, Alexis Lusignan. And the second anonymous scholarship, Marissa Goodrow. Scholarship donated by Apple Blossoms, Michaela King. Scholarship donated by the class of 1968 in memory of deceased classmates, Melanie Brown. And last but certainly not least, the Monette Family Scholarship for the Arts, Andrew Lochner. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lokes. Thank you to the Permanent Scholarship Committee and all those who contributed to over $60,000 to the class of 2014. That deserves another round of applause. Tremendous work. Tremendous. Students are ready to get their diplomas. I'd like to just point out the gold tassels, graduating with honors, the NHS blue and white stoles, are members of the National Honor Society, and to our students entering the military, they are notated with a red, white, and blue service pin. So as they come across stage, you can see their progress to tomorrow. So at this time, I would like to invite Mr. Béchant to the microphone to read the list of names, and Dr. Malvey and Kevin Hayes, chairman of the Spencer East Brookfield Regional School Committee, to help me distribute diplomas from your level 1 David Prouty High School.
Rachel Marie Clogston. Sydney Nicole Engel. Ashley Marissa White. Chelsea Kaylin White. Taylor Rose Joubert. Haley Marie Askew. Braden Emery Ozier. Francis Paul Baldino. Jason Tyler Barrett. Stephen Michael Bean. Derek Francis Bell. Congrats. Matthew Robert Brennan. Melanie Ann Brown. Abby Elizabeth Bryant. Cindy Marie Caplet. Jacob Leovid Cardinal. Wyatt Joseph Karen. Emily Rose Charbonneau. Christina Marie Sherry. Congratulations. Justin Andrew Clayfield. They keep coming over to say something to me, and I'm trying to. Congrats, buddy. Great show. Yep. Lynn Marie Cleveland. Brendan Michael Coughlin. Camden James Dacey. Stephanie Lynn Damon. Hunter Monroe Dean.
Big game? Saturday? Absolutely. Of course. Absolutely.
Anthony James de Bonaventura. Robert Edward Dukes. Congratulations. Anna T. Young. Zachary Francis Fahey. I got it right. Tyler James Fitman. Antonio Patrick Foley. Kayla Danielle Fontaine. Daniel Robert Frazier. Matthew Ryan Frazier. Taylor Lynn Fritz. Tyler Joseph Gaudette. Andrew John Georgian. Congratulations. Marissa Lynn Goudreau. Derek Brian Goulet. Casey Evelyn Gregson. Casey Lee Hamilton. Brian Scott Hawes. Excellent, excellent.
Sean Patrick Hennigan. Amanda Ann Horn. Jessica Nicole Howard.
You're welcome. Congrats, huh? Good girl.
Zachary Joseph Howard. Troy Andrew Engel. Kane Vladimir Genti. Gabriel Sam Cancam. Kara Lynn Karpowicz. Jillian Lee Keynes.
Nerves gone. The nerves are gone.
Michaela Elizabeth King.
Congratulations.
Samantha Lynn Kuczynski.
Congrats.
Christine Ann LaCroix.
I got it.
Morgan Hattie Kunish.
April Fools.
Michael Craig Lammy.
Best of luck, Mike. Huh? Yeah. I'm proud of you.
Erica Sue Laney.
Had a girl. Come here. Good luck, huh?
Jack William Lascom.
proud of you, Jack. Nice job. Thank you.
Emily Michelle Latown.
Told you I'd get it right.
Andrew Taylor Lochner. Dimitri Austin Lowell. Alexis Colby Lusignan. Blade Allen Malburn. Matthew George Matarosian.
Congrats, buddy.
Eduardo Daniel Martinez Hernandez.
I love this next one. I love this next one. You watch. It's a sister. Eduardo, congrats, buddy.
Maria de Jesus Martinez Hernandez.
I love that. Come here, Maria.
Jacob Robert McHugh. Michael Anthony McGill.
Thank you, Mr. Baseball.
Kelly Amanda McCune.
Hey. Be safe. Congratulations. What a girl.
Cody Austin Minor. Benjamin Albert Mondor. Derek Matthew Olson. Nathaniel Charles Orn. Erin Gail Osterhout. Thomas Jacob Parsons. Christopher James Peralt. Chandel Josephine Pilling. Adam Joseph Plant. Sarah Page Pluff. Anthony William Polinsky. Cara Lynn Pronitis.
You made it. Girl. Proud of you.
Lauren Rachel Preston. Samantha Ann Provencha. Fitzgerald Lewis Pucci.
We're on. You ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Hold on a second.
Excuse me 1 second.
Oh, Pooch.
Gonna miss that kid. Shalina Angel Rodriguez Wilson.
Bring it in. There you go.
Brandon Michael Roy.
You too, buddy.
Nathaniel Stephen Rybicki.
You made it, buddy. Thank you.
Owen Robert Sablack.
Yeah.
Alexis Morgan Sandman. James Douglas Sandman.
Nice job, James. Good job.
Isabel Marie Saunders.
You made it.
Matthew Richard Shemeth.
Congrats.
Jessica Lynn Snyder. Christopher Allen St. Cyr. Dean Paul St. Laurent.
Congrats.
Andrew Brady Stoddard. Christopher Michael Toomey.
Congratulations, Chris. Nice job.
Brett Michael Triggs. Allison Marie Tucker. Angela Lynn Vino. Amanda Riley Woodward. Amanda Marie Wozniak. Jennifer Ann Wozniak. The class of 2014.
Back in 1920, Lawrence Sanborn wrote the school song. Rachel, if you'd be kind enough to raise your class. Mr. Wage, if you'd be kind enough to raise the band. And we will sing our school song, Come, Let's Sing Old Prouty's Praises. To the class of 2014, by the power invested in me by the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, I present your tassels from the right to the left. Everyone, the class of 2014, happy graduation.